Jeremy Smith here, Palisades Ultra Race Series, race director in the year of the COVID. Thanks for watching our pre-race video. I wanted to give you a few quick updates on what to expect out there on the trails, and consider this your pre-race meeting. First of all, this is all about you guys. At this point, you've done the training. We've hopefully finished all the work that we've needed to do so that you can have the adventure, unlike many other races that kind of got wrecked this year. You'll hear this from Spencer Wells, but just make sure you don't leave a perfectly good trail. Our markers are highly reflective, and we're going to really lay those out well. Take your time at intersections, just rather than go the wrong way. Sometimes 50 milers go one way and 50K people go another way. Make sure that you are taking time at those major intersections where we have signage. We're going to mark it. We're going to mark it well. Race rules. Not allowed to receive any aid out on the trail from anyone. Please yield to faster runners. Be safe. Help each other. If you have issues with volunteers, don't yell at them. Come yell at me, and I'll talk to you about it. River crossings. Please be careful on those rivers. A few of them are a little higher, and with advanced snow melt this next week and a half with a lot of hot weather, they could get a little higher. We are planning to put our rope across the river crossing at Dry Canyon, and that's at the Dry Canyon aid station. So please use the rope if you want, but be safe in those rivers. Please wear your bib on the front of your outfit. You can have it on your leg if you want, but that bib is really crucial as you check in and out of aid stations. It is your job, the runner's job, to check in and especially check out of those aid stations. Make sure they write down your number, because if we can't find you somehow, that is going to be on you. So you make sure that you don't leave until you know that you've been recorded. We have sweepers for all of the races except for the first day of the 100 miles. So first day of the 100 milers, hopefully your legs are under you enough that you're going to be okay out there. But after that, basically at 2 in the morning, after the 50 mile begins, we have sweepers following. We have sweepers following for the 50K. We have sweeper for the half marathon. So a sweeper is that person that stays behind the last runner. Sometimes, depending on the sweeper, they pick up race markers after you. So you do have people coming behind you. If you need to leave the trail for any reason, like to go to the bathroom or run away from a bear or anything like that, then please make sure you leave your pack or a water bottle or something on the trail so that they know that you're off trail. And that's kind of if you know that you're kind of toward the back of the runners in your race. Check in on race morning. You must check in. That is not the same as packet pickup. You must check in. We usually do that about 30 minutes before race time. So make sure you check in on race morning. Pretty please. Medical. Our medical director this year is my lovely wife, Brandi, and she's going to put together a little medical video for you. But just to give a heads up, we do have some new medical bags for every aid station for our race. We do have medical personnel at every single aid station. That does not mean that they're going to be able to diagnose your COVID or amputate a foot or give you a tracheotomy. They're going to be doing minimal things. We're not even doing IVs. So please make sure you're healthy and safe. Don't advance to a wilderness aid station unless you know that you're capable of doing so. So North Indian Creek is a pretty critical aid station for most of you. Every aid station also has GPS sat phones, and we're going to save the primary job of those satellite phones to indicate when the first runners are in and out, when the last runner is in and out, and also if there's any medical emergencies or if we need to track down runners. So those sat phones are in reaches from Garmin, and they send a text message, and there's a little delay on that. So you need to please make sure that if there's emergencies, you get to someone in an aid station and let us know. They should be aware of how to help you out there as well. All right, let's see. Your aid stations and the info on the food and what to expect there from the volunteers. The That's mostly going to be handled by Jen Saunders, but I'll give you a quick heads up. The tailwind is going to be, it's orange in flavor, orange tailwind. It's going to be at every single aid station, and you're going to mix that yourself, or you're going to decide on the concentration. Might have aid station workers actually be scooping that for you, but it's not pre-mixed is what I'm saying, so you can get it at the right concentration for you. All of our aid stations are going to have your basic aid station fare. Cabin Creek is not going to have a great deal at all. It is only a few miles from Dry Canyon Aid Station, and so you really aren't, you're going to get water, you're going to get gels, a few salty things, but that is not a major fill you up aid station. Dry Canyon is on the last time you pass through 3 miles from the finish for all the racers. You don't need to stop there. You do not need to check in and out of Dry Canyon on your last time through. So 3 miles from the finish for all racers, you don't need to check in there. It's irrelevant. At that point, you just head to the finish line. If you need to stop and grab something to get you to the finish, do it. But otherwise, just skip it and go right to the finish and save yourself a few minutes. Timing and the maps, I'm going to leave Jeff Fulmer. That's going to be his job. And sorry, it's been a long day. So timing and maps, he's got that for you. Katie is doing a video of our awards, and they are superb this year, as always. Post-race meal is going to be grab and go, and we've already mentioned this in pre-race communication. So make sure that, you're following those protocols after your race. We will have food for you. It's in a different format, and we're just going to get you on your way. Spencer has talked about trail markings, or will. And let's see. A few race-specific things. 100 milers, you're allowed to have a pacer at mile 41. That is also your crew access at Indian Creek Aid Station. You have drop bags that you can leave at Indian Creek Aid Station or leave at Big Elk, which is the start-finish line. Remember that 100 milers, you are not going to have a sweeper until mile 50. So you get to the half on your own, and then we will sweep after you at that point. The 50-mile race, you are not allowed any pacers. You are going to be helping the 100 milers as you are going to start around the same time as the last ones begin their 50-mile trek to the finish. So try to catch some. The 50K runners, have some fun. Don't forget to do your Cabin Creek out and back. That's really important for those 50K runners. Actually, coming back to the 100 milers, you do not have an aid station at Cabin Creek your first time up. That's 6 miles into the race. Your first aid station is Dry Canyon. So don't expect anything at Cabin Creek, but please go on your honor and make sure you get to that aid station and then you turn right around. But everyone else, make sure that you get to Cabin Creek and check in there so that we can know that you've made it to that specific point on the race. Half marathon race. You are in for a treat. Remember your new start time of 8 a.m. Make sure you have 2 out and backs. You go up Dry Canyon, crossing that big river first, then you come back down it after you have circled the halfway or the turnaround point there. And then you go up to Cabin Creek, turn around, hit Dry Canyon again, and you can stop there if you want, and then you're on your way to the finish. But it is on your honor to get up through Dry Canyon to the turnaround point. Your people around you are going to know if you did not go around that big old tree where we have our turnaround sign. So make sure you please do that. And that is just about it. I want to say thank you again for coming out and playing with us this year. It is going to be an incredible time, a little warm. Definitely want to be careful and make sure you're hydrating and keeping your sodium electrolyte balances up. But we really have a goal of every 100-mile racer ringing that bell. Every racer getting out there and earning that finisher award. or belt buckle or age group award or overall award, whatever you want to do, whatever your goal is, PR, just to finish. We are there to support you, and we are super excited that you're coming out to have fun with us in this crazy year, and wish you the best of luck. Can't wait to see you.
Go. Hello, my name is Brandi Smith. I'm the medical director over the Palisades Ultra Trail Series. I just wanted to introduce myself and let you guys know that we have about 12 medical providers out on the course at each aid station. We also have medical bags that will provide for your needs. The things that we don't provide are IVs, ibuprofen, and salt tabs. Make sure that when you're out there, it's going to be a hot weekend, so stay cool, stay hydrated, make sure you're urinating okay, and make sure to social distance when you can, and if in close contact, wear your buff as needed. We'll see you out on the trails, and good luck.
Hi, my name is Katie Ellis, and I am part of the Palisades Ultra Trail Series board, and I am going to tell you guys all about packet pickup and race day startings, and about awards and all the fun things that come with the race, like your beautiful t-shirt. For 100 milers, you guys can come start picking your packets up at 4 p.m. on Thursday. Your race meeting starts at 6 p.m. And in order to pick up your race day packet, you need to have signed the race waiver in order to pick that up. In your packet, you will get your shirt, you will get some swag, and along with that, you will get your bib. And 100 milers, you will also need to make sure you pick up your pacer bibs if you want them to be on the course with you, which if I was running 100 miles, I know I would want some company. There will be a drop bag table outside of the cabin, and it will have signs for the different locations that you can drop them off at. And you can have one bag per drop location. We will have a line for packets where you will pick up your packet. Once you get that, I will have another line for you to get your free socks, where you can get your size for socks. You need to make sure that you check in the morning. That way we know who is on course, who has started. That way we're not wondering. So in order to start, please check in with me. We will have another person helping me with that, but if you can remember this face, this is who you're looking for, and I will have someone else helping me with that as well. And check in the morning. This is obvious for the 50 mile. We will start. Let's go to the other race distances as you guys. You can come on Friday anytime after 3 to pick up your packets, and as early as 5:30 a.m. on Saturday if you're not coming the night before. And Friday night we will have the kids race at 7:30 p.m. if you would like your kids to participate in that. And if you finish, I know we have posted on social media, but I'm also just going to show you 100 milers. You get this beautiful belt buckle. And the other race distances, these are what your medals look like. Elevation Culture does a phenomenal job. They're beautiful. This year we are going to have a podium, and we will have, the awards will be ongoing. So we will have overall male and female, first through third finishers. And we're going to try and roll it out as they come in. That way we can get you guys out. These are the overall awards, as Elevation Culture did these as well. They turned out beautiful. We are also doing age group awards. And just to clarify, if you win overall, you do not also win your age group since you are an overall winner. So that takes you out of that, which is great because you're an overall winner, right? So, and I do have really cool awards coming for that. It's going to be a surprise because they're not done yet. they are in the making as we speak. So it'll just have to be a surprise. I probably will have them displayed so you guys can see them when you show up for packet pickup. So I think that pretty much covers it on my end. Just remember, we will roll it out. So if you think that you win an award, stick around for a little bit. Remember to social distance, but we are doing awards. We do have a really cool podium this year so that we can recognize you guys day of. Just remember to keep social distancing. We decided to do something a little different this year with the shirts to recognize that. And hopefully it's big enough. I'm turning around so you guys can read it and see it. Hopefully you can see. But just remember, if you can read this, you're too close and to social distance. And can't wait to see you guys race week.
Spencer Wells here with the Palisades Ultra Trail Series. Just going over some of our trail markings real quick. We've redone a few of them this year, making just a little bit longer, but we still do have our old ones, of course. But you'll notice this is highly reflective material on here and very bright, high visibility as well. So we will be using these on all of the trails. We will have some large stakes with larger signs on them at major intersections. But if you're ever on the trail, you're a little curious, haven't seen one of these in a little while, definitely do not leave any good trails. So you'll want to just make sure that you're staying on there, but we will have them very well marked, so you shouldn't have any issues at all. And we will do a little bit more video later showing some of those larger signs that I was just talking about as well.
Hello to our Palisades Ultra Trail Series family. Hope everyone's getting really excited for what's coming up in a couple days. My name is Jeff Fulmer, and I'm with the Palisades Ultra Race Board, and I am the nerd behind the computer and usually behind the camera and mapping and connecting with everybody on social media, and that's kind of where I'm comfortable at. So I'm also in charge of the timing. So after the race is done, we try to get timing results up by the end of the weekend, or by the first of the week. And if your time is wrong, please let us know. Send me a copy of your Strava or your map, your track that you did, and we'll take a look at that. And it's really important when you're going into those aid stations, just that they know you're checking in, you're checking out. We're not doing live timing results, but we are obviously doing the start and finish. When you come into the finish, we want to be able to announce who you are. We also need to record your time. And so it's helpful if that bib, like Jeremy talked about, is on the front or on your pant leg, and also calling out your number when asked. But I have a quick course preview in our pre-race briefing. There'll be detailed course reviews for everybody that we will be getting out to you. But this will be really quick, but I'll get to this in just a second. First, I wanted to show you a few things about the course. That's what I'll be talking about here for just a few seconds. We have some signage up on the course. So beyond the yellow and orange flagging that Spencer's put together for us, we have some key signage. And this year, it is almost all in orange. And so most of them are going to have some reflective material on it, so it's going to stand out at night, and during the daytime it's going to stand out. We do have some instructions on it, but hopefully you've looked at the course, you've looked at the maps, and you already know where these turns should be, but it definitely will help. But pay attention. We've had a couple spots where people saw a 100-miler turn or a 50-mile turn, and it was actually, they should have gone the other way because they were a 50K runner. So be careful of that. We'll have some left, right, and then some straight ones. And then we have a couple of these wrong way go backs. These are spots you do not want to go. It will be very devastating to your race. We've had this in the past. You get going, you get the ultra mind, and all of a sudden you're off course and you've got a mile or two, and it can really make for a rough day. So we'll have 3 or 4 of these that'll be positioned on the course. Once again, we've got reflective material on it, and that, in a nutshell, is our signage. Spencer already talked about the flagging, but this will apply for everybody. So I thought this would be really helpful to show you this quick 5-second overview of the putts course. Probably didn't think that was possible, but here it is. Don't blink, you might miss it. But here's our course. Anyone who ran this last year and attended a pre-race briefing, you should have this memorized. It's really simple. So for the Palisades Ultra for 2020, there will be some up, there'll be some down, there'll be some flat, and then if you're lucky, there'll be some weather. That's it.